Ben, such a painful way to lose. Sorry, not lose. Well, it felt like a loss, didn't it?
Way to make it feel more depressing, mate. No, we're still 4 games unbeaten.
Well, yeah,
Look at the positives.
we are
4 games unbeaten.
We are still 4 games unbeaten, but we've just drawn 2-2 against Everton.
Sean Dyche. That is the answer to that question. Before you even ask it, that's the question. No, the question you're going to ask: why did we, why did we look so bad? It's Sean Dyche. Whether it's Burnley, whether it's Everton, whether it's any other fucking whatever team, Sean Dyche loves coming here. He loves playing the most anti-football in the world. Basically, this man says 4-4-2 Brexit, crunching tackles, park the bus, smash and grab, boys. That's what you're doing. And then eats a can of worms straight after, thinking he's the boogeyman, bruv. Like, nah, get out of here. I hate his football. He loves time wasting. He loves playing the most depressing football that any team can play. He just hates like good football. And that's why we lost today, because Sean Dyche just literally was in smash and grab mode. He would have took a 1-0, he would have took a 0-0, he would have took a 2-2, 1-1, whatever the score would have been. Obviously it's 2-2. Sean Dyche is taking that. He's going to go home now and then obviously get like a more finer breed of worm, dip it in his Lambrini, sip it, because obviously, it's Sean Dyche and, he's going up to Liverpool. They don't have barely any money there anyway. And that's what he's going to do. And that's what I hate about him. He loves like negativity. He loves like no sort of football, whatever. That's what he wants. That's Sean Dyche. And we should have been receptive to that today. But what can you do? Scrappy goals from Everton.
It wasn't even 4-4-2. It was more like 4-5-1.
When it's Sean Dyche, he could have 3 at the back. It's still 4-4-2. That's it's just Sean Dyche. That's how I see it. 3 at the back, nah, 4-4-2. 5 at the back, nah, 4-4-2. No defenders, 11 attackers, still 4-4-2.
Yeah. I mean, I feel for Potter more than anyone in this situation, because you have to admit it wasn't that bad. I mean, we were unlucky to concede that late goal, but it was really poor defending.
We should have took our chances earlier. We come out. We were looking a much better team. First half, we were all over them. Second half, we were all over them. It was only when they got their goals they sat back and let us come to them. But we were far a better team. Even chasing the game, we did everything. João Felix finally. I mean, he actually hit the post and scored this time. Kai Havertz, clinical, 3-3. I will say 3-3. I won't mention that it's actually 3-13, but I'll say 3-3. We did what we needed to do today. We scored 2 goals and it weren't enough, but were we clinical enough today?
Well, let's go back to those attacking players, though. I mean, with Felix and Havertz, players who've had their fair share of criticism, especially Havertz. He played all right today.
He did. Again, like I said, I don't like him. I don't think I will. But I will give a player credit when he tries. He tried today. He did well. He scored the penalty. It was a very good pen. Thankfully, we didn't need a retake for this one. But he was finding space. He was, actually being more prolific today. So fair play to Havertz. No slander for him today. He's unlucky today. Enzo, amazing. Defence, even they were quite good. Reece James did well. Chilwell did well. It was just, a moment of madness twice to let Everton score. Especially the second goal, just to roll it in like that.
Yeah, I actually thought the first goal was just a decent set piece from Everton.
Yeah, first goal was, they worked it. Like the corner come in, they knew what they were doing, they got it in. If only Zan was about 2 inches in front of him, it might not have been a goal. But I'm not going to lie about technology. Goal line technology actually has been consistent. Maybe if it gone to VAR, I might have been a bit sceptical, but goal line technology said it was a goal. Of course, it's a goal.
Yeah, and just on Mason Mount as well, I just want to talk about something that I believe that the reason Havertz is actually playing really well is because Mount isn't playing in behind, and Havertz has the space to actually drop deeper and have the freedom. Now, let's look at this logically. I mean, when Mount was playing in behind, Mount was up front, Havertz was up front. It wasn't working, Ben. I think we can both agree on that. We both had our fair share again. Man City was probably the breaking point for me when we lost 4-0. But ever since he's been given that deeper role with more freedom, it's been without Mount, and it seems to work. I mean, what do you do if you're Potter in this situation? Do you keep dropping Mount so that you can get the best out of Havertz, or do you have to try and fit both of them into the team?
I mean, that's a bit of a mad point, actually. It could actually be quite true. I think with Mount, he needs his confidence back. You know, he's got it in him. I believe he does, but the inconsistency he's shown this season just shows he deserves to be on the bench at the moment. And if Havertz is obviously doing a lot better, then fair play. You know, the contract situation looks bleak. Let's be honest. Maybe he's not going to be here next season. I don't know. I hope he is, but you know, I mean, well, you can see the difference, like you pointed out. You know, very good insight there. Maybe Mount is holding Havertz back. That's not my claim. That it can look that way. But yeah, I mean, just see who's in more form. If Mount shows more promising in training and shows good form in games, play him. If Havertz is doing it, play him. I mean, we still got the question next season. What's going to happen when Nkunku comes in, links with Osimhen? What's going to happen? But for now, take what we've got, play to what our advantages, whatever they are. I can't list them. But other than that, if Havertz is, maybe with Mount being dropped, I can actually see the point. Havertz has been a lot more better without Mount than he has been with Mount. And I think maybe, because Mount does hold up play sometimes. Maybe Mount doesn't make the brightest choices. Maybe Mount plays the wrong pass every now and again. And maybe, with the players we've got now, it looks better without him. But I'd rather have the squad depth and, like a really good 11 and potentially some risky players on the bench.
And just your thoughts. Obviously, a lot of people are going to be slating Potter after this. What would your initial reaction be? Because we've got a bit of a break now. Are you on his side? Do you think he deserves a sack even after this? I mean,
on the fence.
Where's your head?
On the fence. I'm not going to say get him out. I'm not going to say give him the job. I'm not, keep him on. I'm just on the fence. I just want to see where we get to the end of the season. I'll judge him then. I was very vocal about it before, but that was when we were in a lot worse form. We were actually getting results now. We're 4 games undefeated. 3 wins, 1 draw. We're climbing up the table. We've got a game in hand where we can play Liverpool. They're looking defeatable right now. They're not even they couldn't even beat Bournemouth. All right, but reference to 7-0. You can have that, but other than that, you've been crap. You were crap against Madrid. You were crap against Madrid in the first leg. It's a winnable game. We went to their grounds. We scraped to 0-0 even in the first form of our life. There are games that are winnable here. We're getting closer and closer to the 40 points that Mr. Lewis, Carefree Lewis G said. But it's just weird because obviously every game now just feels mean. If it's not a weeknight in Munich, if it's not a weeknight in Dortmund, if it's not a weeknight in Madrid where we're going, it doesn't feel special. Every game is just we're playing, and maybe we're saving ourselves to the Champions League, maybe we're not. I don't know.